You might perceive the ZDX name from Acura's old car SUV model. Yet this time around, the moniker enhances a medium-size hybrid that turns into Acura's most memorable EV when it shows up sooner than expected 1 year from now. The 2024 ZDX rides on Broad Engine's Ultium battery stage, imparting parts to the Cadillac Lyriq, and the 102.0 kilowatt-hour battery will give up to 325 miles of reach. The 340 horsepower, single-engine, back-tire drive A-Spec model will be joined by a 500 horsepower, double-engine, all-wheel drive Type S, which likewise wears updated brakes, versatile dampers, and air suspension. The A-Spec ought to begin around $60,000. Alfa Romeo will redesign the internal combustion Giulia, replacing its Ferrari-derived V6 with an electric powertrain for 2025. The base version is expected to produce around 350 horsepower, while the Veloce will deliver approximately 800 horsepower. The top-of-the-line Giulia Quadrifoglio is anticipated to generate over 1,000 horsepower. The new Giulia will be built on the Stellantis Group's S-Stile large platform, featuring 800-volt super-fast charging and a range of up to 500 miles. The Audi A6 e-TRON is an idea until further notice, yet Audi says it's really near what the creation vehicle will resemble. It depends on the versatile premium stage electric design that can be extended, lifted, and broadened for a wide range of EV models. It will be sold close by the internal combustion A6 and will join the PPE-based Q6 e-TRON hybrid in Audi setup. The A6 e-TRON idea utilizes two electric engines with a consolidated result of 469 torque. All PPE vehicles have 800-volt charging capacity, and this huge car could have as much as 400 miles of reach on a solitary charge. The upcoming BMW i5M will feature bumper flares, a more aggressive stance, and 1136 horsepower. It will be equipped with a high-performance 4-engine drivetrain, wheel-by-wheel force vectoring, and brake-by-engine energy recovery. The vehicle will be capable of controlled drifting and tank turns using its massive power output. The i5M will also have exclusive performance batteries, dynamic steering, and suspension suitable for the Nürburgring. The drive control unit is referred to as the Hand of God. The release is expected no earlier than 2026. Buick has restored the nameplate of the 18-foot-long steel sled from 1959 for its new all-electric SUV that has now been uncovered for China. The ELECTRA E5 utilizes GM's Ultium battery stage and ought to be generally a similar size as a Chevrolet Equinox. An examination concerning brand names might have uncovered Buick's future arrangement, with filings for ELECTRA E1 through E9. We anticipate that the ELECTRA E5 should perform in much the same way to the generally accessible Cadillac Lyriq, with a scope of 300 miles and 340 strength. Buick desires to put its Tri-Safeguard logo on a completely electric setup by 2030. However, we ought to see the main ELECTRA at some point in 2024. Cadillac aims to reclaim its status as the standard of the world with the upcoming CELESTIQ, a luxurious EV priced at over $300,000. Although it may be out of reach for most, Cadillac envisions the CELESTIQ as aspirational rather than practical, offering customization for the wealthy few. The question remains whether this will elevate Cadillac to the ranks of Bentley and Rolls-Royce. The answer may come when the CELESTIQ makes its debut in early 2024. The Cadillac Escalade, popular among rappers like Jay-Z and 50 Cent, is getting an electric upgrade with the new Escalade level of intelligence. It will have a 200 kilowatt-hours Ultium battery, providing an estimated 450 miles of range, and a dual-motor powertrain delivering up to 750 horsepower. The luxurious interior features a 55-inch screen across the dashboard and a 40-speaker sound system. The Escalade level of intelligence will also come with Super Cruise, General Motors hands-free driving system, and is expected to start at around $130,000. Cadillac is expanding its EV lineup with the addition of the 3-row VISTIQ in 2026, positioned between the mid-size Lyriq and full-size Escalade. The VISTIQ is similar in size to the internal combustion XT6 and shares a similar design with thin LED running lights, vertical headlights, and a sleek, illuminated grille trim. Initial images show a 600 × 10 to the power of 4 badge, hinting at a 500 horsepower dual-motor all-wheel drive powertrain similar to the top Lyriq model. The VISTIQ is expected to launch in mid-2025. Last year, Chevy sold 212,072 units of its EQUINOX hybrid, beating any semblance of the Passage Break, Hyundai Tucson, and Subaru Forester. It desires to proceed with this accomplishment with an EQUINOX EV that will begin at $34,995 with conveyances starting in 2024, albeit the base model will not show until some other time. The EQUINOX EV will offer a great many models beginning with a base trim with 250 miles of reach and 210 strength. More costly trims offer up to 319 miles of reach thanks to a bigger battery pack, and double-engine all-wheel drive vehicles have 290 pull. Turns out the GMC Hummer EV and SUV were a little taste of what we'll see from Chevy's forthcoming all-electric Silverado. They'll be worked under a similar rooftop, with the Silverado likewise utilizing GM's Ultium battery pack and presenting to 400 miles on a solitary charge. The Silverado EV will be presented from an Armada-situated work truck trim to completely stacked RST models with 664 pull. Conveyances ought to start in 2024. What doesn't kill you makes you more grounded. Or on the other hand, on account of the Chevy Bolt, what kills you makes you more grounded. Basically, that is the viewpoint of General Engine's president, who affirmed the little EV's restoration in July. The Bolt will return briefly age, and Chevrolet guaranteed that the electric hatchback will keep on being a tech-driven, reasonable choice. We realize the cutting-edge Bolt will ride on the Ultium stage, and it ought to show up for the 2025 model year. We don't know particulars yet we're certain the new rendition will surpass the ongoing Bolt's EPA-assessed 259-mile range. Fiat's future relies on an all-EV lineup featuring only one model, the 500e minicar. The 2024 500e, currently available in Europe, incorporates the brand's retro-modern design language with a 117 horsepower electric motor and a battery expected to provide around 160 miles of driving range per charge. In a market where larger and more luxurious electric vehicles consistently offer over 200 miles of driving range, the 500e may face challenges. However, Fiat plans to primarily market it in urban areas where drivers are less likely to require long-range capabilities. The U.S. debut of the 500e is scheduled for November 2023, with availability at dealerships in mid-2024. FISKER plans to dominate the affordable EV market with the launch of the PEAR crossover in 2025. The starting price is set at $29,900, and the small SUV will offer both back and all-wheel drive options with 2 battery choices. Claimed range will be between 180 and 320 miles on the European test cycle. Expect slightly lower estimates from the EPA. FISKER says the base model will reach 60 miles per hour in 6.3 seconds, while a supermodel will further enhance performance. Inside, an available front seat sits behind an optional 17.1-inch rotating display. Instead of a traditional trunk, the liftgate retracts into the bumper. FISKER has suggested that the PEAR could be produced under contract by Foxconn at the Lordstown Assembly Plant in Ohio. FISKER plans to launch the Alaskan, a stylish pickup truck similar in size to the Rivian or 1T, starting at $45,400 in 2025. It will offer a 230-mile range with a 75.0 kilowatt-hour battery and 340 miles with a 113.0 kilowatt-hour unit. The truck will have both double and single-engine options, with acceleration ranging from 3.9 to 7.2 seconds. The Alaskan's unique feature is a retractable wall behind the rear seats, expanding the bed from 4.5 feet to 7.5 feet, or up to 9.2 feet with the seats folded flat. More details are expected next year, and FISKER plans to build the Alaskan in the U.S.